Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Kindly please all of you mute yourself और unmute तभी करिएगा जब आपको कोई डाउट हो. Okay. And मैं ये चैट्स पढ़ता रहूंगा, कोई डाउट हो तो आप उसमें भी देख सकते हैं. ओके. So let's start. So आज बेसिकली हमारा टॉपिक है ओवास टॉप 10. तो बेसिकली आज आप देखेंगे कि ओवास टॉप 10 क्या चीज़ होता है, इसका क्या यूज़ होता है, इसको कहाँ पे हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं. ओके. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट्स सर्च ऑन गूगल ओवास 10. Let's remove top 10. Let's first search what is OWASP. Okay, so here it is. Uh, the full form of OWASP is the Open Web Application Security Project. So it is an online community that produces freely available articles, methodology, documents, and tools and technology in the field of web application vulnerability. Okay, so basically it's a project. So let's come to my slide. Okay, so here the first the questions come. What is OWASP? So the first full form of OWASP is web open web application security project. So basically एक project है, करा जा रहा है काफी टाइम से. ठीक है, तो इसमें क्या होता है, इस प्रोजेक्ट का एम होता है टू हेल्प द पीपल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि व्हाट आर द नीड्स ऑफ टेस्टिंग वेब एप्लीकेशंस और हाउ वी कैन टेस्ट द वेब एप्लीकेशंस, व्हाट आर द थिंग्स वी नीड टू टेस्ट इन द वेब एप्लीकेशन. और ये प्रोजेक्ट ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ पेन टेस्टर्स के लिए यूज हो सकता है. ये प्रोजेक्ट, ये जो उसके जो आर्टिकल्स होते हैं, जो चीज़ें होती हैं, उसको
Excuse
डेवलपर्स
me,
भी
sir.
यूज. या टेल मी.
Sir, please use English language as we have participants from other states too. They don't understand Hindi. So please,
ओके ओके ओके, लाइक somebody told me it's in Hindi.
sir, we have some participants from Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, so they don't understand Hindi.
Okay okay, so
Okay.
no issue. Let's understand what OWASP. Okay, so first of all the full form of OWASP is Open Web Application Security Project. Okay, so project this is a project, or this is a community. This is the community of people which do research on web application security, rate the vulnerabilities that are available, and make a list, which is also known as OWASP top 10. Okay, that will understand later what is OWASP top 10. Before that, let's understand what is only OWASP. Okay, so OWASP project has been in development since many years. Okay, the aim of this project is to help and understand people get
Hello.
what, why, when, and
Hello.
where. Yeah,
Sir, your voice is breaking.
my voice is breaking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so give me a sec. Fix this. Hello, am I audible now? No. Okay, like, is it clear?
But sir, PPT, your presentation is not
Yeah,
visible.
yeah, yeah. I will share that. I will share that. I have stopped sharing. I know. Okay. So, is it visible?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So, what I was telling. Just a sec. So, what I was telling, OWASP is stands for Open Web Application Security Project. So, it is a project that has been in the development since many of the years. Okay, since I think from 2003. Okay, the main aim of this project is to help people to understand what are the vulnerabilities we have in the web application and how we can test them, how we can prevent them. Okay, so this project has delivered a complete testing framework and knowledge. In the testing framework, we have tools, we have articles, we have documentations, we have testing guides. Okay, so let's move further. uh, now let's get to know what is OWASP top 10. So OWASP top 10, in this the top 10 are the regularly updated. Regularly means like in some instance of year. The latest OWASP top 10 was published in 2017. Okay, so these are regularly updated papers, or you can say documents or reports of some of the most critical security issues of web application. Okay, so these top 10s are some of the most critical security issues of the web application that are available till date. Okay, so OWASP top 10 refers as an awareness document. Why it is known as awareness document? Because like it is not only for pen testers or hackers. A developer can also use it, because OWASP top 10 not only tells about like things like how we can attack, how we can hack a website, yeah, web application. It used to also tell us that how we can mitigate these attacks, how we can prevent these attacks, what sort of things we need to do in our code, yeah, in our configurations to avoid these kind of attacks or security issues. Okay, so here it is in for both pen testers and developers, because the mitigations means preventions of the security issues, which is also known as vulnerabilities, are also given in testing guide. So here a term used, testing guide. Okay, so let's look what is testing guide. So let's go on. First we got OWASP top 10, we project OWASP application and one thing more. Uh, OWASP is not only for web applications. Okay, so there are a lot of things like OWASP only cover web application, but under OWASP there are several projects are running, like project for APIs. Okay, APIs, mobiles, applications. Okay, IoT, and what are cars. Okay, so these are, and many more. These sort of things also comes. These sort of things also come under OWASP. But today we are going only web applications. Okay, so let's now check out what is the testing guide. Okay, so let's go here. OWASP testing. So this is the testing guide of OWASP. This testing guide includes the top 10 vulnerabilities, how we can exploit them, how we can find them, okay, and how we can prevent them. Okay, these all things comes in this OWASP testing guide. Okay, so before like going deep down into testing guide, let's understand what are the 10 vulnerabilities that OWASP has. Okay, so here are the top 10 vulnerabilities. First one is injection, okay, which includes things like SQL injection, no SQL injection, OS command injection, then broken authentication, sensitive data exposure, XML, external entities, broken access control, security misconfigurations, cross-site scripting, insecure decentralization, and using components with known vulnerability and insufficient logging and monitoring. So what we are going to today, we are going to just scratch the surfaces of all these vulnerabilities. Okay, we cannot do like whole OWASP top 10 in an hour, but we will try to cover almost all topics, and like some of the big vulnerabilities like cross-site scripting and injections, we will see a bit in deep, uh, and we will try to cover as more as we can today. Okay, what I was showing to you was testing guide. Okay, so this is OWASP testing guide. Okay, so like when you move a bit advanced in OWASP or a web pen testing, this is like the one of the best learning resource for you. Okay, just go download it and start reading it. Okay, and like when you become a bit professional, then you have the things like OWASP checklist. Okay, so this is the, oh, this is not.
Sir, can you please share the links?
Yeah, I will share the links. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you what is the use of this OWASP checklist. Okay, like before getting into how to attack these things, I'm telling you like after learning attacks how you can do the things. I'm telling you a bit of methodology which are going to help you in the future. Okay, uh, so this is a checklist made by this person. Just thank him. And let me like I have downloaded it for you. Let me open that. Yeah, look, this is the checklist. Okay, so in this you can see there are the things like information gathering and configuration, deploy, management, testing, this and many more. Okay, so like what is its use? Now I'm going to tell you what it's. So let's go on our testing guide. Yeah, here it is, our testing guide. Okay, so let's me move for, like let me do some cheat. Sorry for that. Let's go directly on 4 chapter. Yeah, here it is, 4 chapter. Let's go down here. Like it is the beginning of, before that it is about what is OWASP, what are the basic technologies of web and things and all. The main web application security testing starts from chapter 4. So it's the basic, like what is vulnerability, what is threat, what is test. Okay, so here you can see it is written OTG info 101. Yeah, it is written here. And just check our checklist, it is also written here. Okay, and it is written in information gathering. So it's like when you are doing it or on a company. Okay, so this checklist will help you to do some sort of, to do the pen test in some sort of sequence. Okay, like just check, here are 124 steps. Okay, so like if you are doing these all 124, there is a like possibility that you can get a vulnerability. Okay, now I am going to tell you a story. So just one of my friend was pen testing on a company. Okay, company means the whole web server of company. Okay, pen testing on company, and I was just sitting with him. So he was trying from last 10 hours and he got nothing. Okay, he got nothing. Then he realized this mistake. He start from zero and opened this checklist. Okay, he start doing, and like he got a vulnerability in the making a sign up section. Okay, where you make the account. Sign up section where when you intercept a request, there is a parameter like admin, okay, which was false by default. If you are like, just imagine you are making like, do you guys have an idea? Like, let me tell you, just remember, every site has a admin user which have like more privileges than other users. Okay, so you can say the admin user is the boss of the website. Okay, he can do changes in the website, add web pages, delete web pages. So in that website there was a parameter which is named as admin, which was false by default. Okay, if we make it true by intercepting the request using burp suit, then we can make a normal user to admin. Now we are the admin, we can do anything in the site, we can delete the real admin also. Okay, so this was due to these things. Like it is not possible for a human mind to like memorize all these steps, yeah, all the vulnerabilities, yeah, or what are the things we need to do in particular vulnerability. So this checklist will help you in future, and believe me, this will help you a lot when you are doing pen testing or bug hunting or web anything related to web. Okay, so kindly consider this. And there is a lot of things in this, like summary finding, risk management, like what is the severity of vulnerability using you can do with these formulas. Okay, so this is about testing guide checklist. Okay, so this is the check just, and guys, let me share this link. Guys, go and check out this. Okay, like it is the basic. This will tell you the basic of web pen testing. So go check out this. Like in this, all that, like how look there are, what is the summary, what is the things we are going to do, then test objective, how to test, like network. First we have to draw the network. It is the part of information gathering. Okay, so first we need to make network diagram, as we need to find RC post and emails by administrator, log on, produce, email formats, username format, username and password available on web, error messages, content, and these are the things we need to find in info. So this will tell you how you need to work, how you need to get the vulnerability. This will tell you step by step. Okay, so just go for OWASP testing guide. I think this is a bit outdated version. I have a most latest version of testing guide, and it is not available on, I think, OWASP site. Yeah, this is OWASP 4.1. Okay, this is 4.1, version 4.1. And just the difference between OWASP 4. This testing guide and this testing guide is just, it is OWASP testing guide. Its name is OWASP testing guide. So its short form is OGT, and this is web security testing guide. So its short form is WSGT. Okay, so when you are checking for the checklist, so here it is written OTG. If you are searching for, like if you are searching for this checklist, okay, going through this checklist and you find like you need to do, you miss this attack. Okay, testing, you miss this step, testing the weak lockout. Okay, so you can go directly, just copy this and go to the site, this testing guide, control F, just search OTG, and like you will start getting the result. And in this, what you have to do, instead of OTG you have to use WSGT. Just, it's almost the same, it's quite updated from that one because it's 4.1. okay, So this is all about testing guide and how you can use testing guide. Okay. So now let's move on the vulnerabilities. Let's see the vulnerabilities. Let's try to like see the practical of how to exploit those vulnerabilities. Okay. So till here, anybody have any doubt? Guys, just tell fast. We have a limitation of time. Okay, so no doubt. I will consider as no doubt. So let me see the chat once. No. Okay, all clear. Okay, so all clear. I will share all these things, these checklists. Don't worry. I will in the end of session. I will share the plenty of resources where you can learn about bug hunting, web app pen testing, and different kind of hackings. Okay. So let's start first from injection. So I have made a cute PPT for you. What is it is the first A1 vulnerability. Let's open OWASP top 10, and here it is A1's injections. Okay, so this is the first security flaw or vulnerability, A1 injections. So basically what is injection? Injection is, you can say, putting something forcefully. Can't you say injection is putting something forcefully? Okay, so in the web applications, when we try to put, where we put things in the web application, just where we put in something, some data in the web application. You can say in input we put data from our side. So in web application, in input, the input can be anything, the any form, any like login, username form, or password column. Okay, so here where we put anything. Okay, though that place is injectable. Okay, so it is a web-based vulnerability which happen when an attacker try to give an unauthorized or invalid command, or you can say data, as an input to perform to perform something different which the server or the web page is not made to perform. Okay, so basically the attacker's intent in doing so is to make application to do something it was not designed to do. Okay, so example of injections are SQL injection, NoSQL injection, LDAP injection, and OS command injection. So today we are going to see SQL injection a bit deeper side. Okay, so if you have not understood like what is SQL injection or what is injection, don't worry. We are going to see the practical. It will be like quite understandable, and as you will study and read about this, you will get it perfectly. Okay. So due to some reasons, I cannot show you these on live website. So let's go on a lab website. So this is a lab website, php.oneweb.com. Okay, so what are the things do we need to do for SQL injection? Let's do it. Before we do it, let's see the steps. For that, let me open my document. Yeah, so before deeping dive into SQL injection, let's understand some of the terminologies we use in SQL. Okay, select. So basically select is used to grab, select the data which we need to grab. Okay, just understand this way. Insert is used to insert the data in the database. Update the data from the database. Delete to delete the values. Okay, and order by just to sort. And schema is, you can say that it is the structure. Okay, just these are the things. I will share this text file with you. So what are the things we need to do? First, we need to find a parameter in ID. Okay, parameter can be ID, can artist, like this kind of parameter. It should be in the form of just say www example dot in. Okay, with that hello dot php, where is question mark, and then id equal 1 and chat equal 1. There's something like this, but the format must be this, and mostly you will find SQL injection in PHP sites. Okay, so first I'm going to demonstrate you how you can exploit the SQL injection. Then I will tell you how you can find these kind of parameters over the internet using Google Docs. Okay, so let's go on our site, browse artist. This is only PHP. As you can see, this is only PHP. This is not the original format. This is the original format where this question mark represent query means question, or you can say input. Okay, just understand it as input or query. Okay, so let's open this. So here we got something like this. Where is my file? Sorry for this. It's something like this. You can see it's something like this. So what are the things next we need to do? Let's open this. So first we need to, like, how we can get to know either this site is vulnerable to SQL injection or not. First we need to do nothing, just put 2 or 3 things, okay, ahead the URL. What are those things? It can be single quote, it can be double quote, okay, it can be backslash. Okay, you can put any of these things, and there are a lot of things. Every person have their own priority. I mostly use this. Okay, so let's first try to put single quote, and look, we got an SQL warning. Here we got an SQL warning. So what are the, like, changes in the web page which will show you either this page is vulnerable to SQL injection or not? First thing, if you are getting an SQL warning or SQL error, then 100% the site is vulnerable to SQL injection. You just need to find a way to exploit that. Okay, second thing, if the site, like, works irregularly, like the content of site got you can say flashed. Okay, the like the photos which are on the sites got flashed, so there is a chances the site is vulnerable to SQL injection. Like, uh, there is a irregular response that you get from the website. Okay, so it is vulnerable to SQL injection. Now what next thing we need to do? Next thing we have to do, it's just to find, no, not that, then vulnerable column. So it is not given over here. So first we got to know, like, this site is vulnerable to SQL injection. Okay, now we have to stabilize the query. Okay, we got an SQL error. Why? Because we have given an input which is not, just imagine in the backend things are working like select all from table and id equals something. Okay, here it is id equal 1. Okay, and there will be a double quote in the source code. Okay, or you can say a, okay, if we are putting a single quote here, then the quote stops here, and this another semicolon gives us the error. Okay, like, asking what is the use of this semicolon. Okay, so this is how SQL injection works in the backend. Okay, I will explain a bit deeper. Then we need to stabilize the query. What stabilizing the query means? We need to remove this error. Okay, so we can do a lot of things to remove this error. Like, SQL injection is a hit and trial method, you can say. There are techniques, you need to try them. One will work, you don't know which will work. Okay, so you can use this, you can use this. Okay, and you can use hash, and
also you can use like it is id equal to 1, just putting a minus in front of the number. So let's try these, maybe one of them will work. Let's this. It worked. Okay, it worked. We do not have any sort of error till now. Okay, so let's try something more. So now we need to find how many columns are there. Okay, so as you know, SQL is a database. Okay, and database consists of rows and columns. Okay, so database consists of rows and columns. So now we will use order by, let's put 4. We get an error. Okay, we get an error. So let's try something else. Let's try to put minus over here. Okay, and let's try order by 3. Okay, we haven't got any error. Okay, so let's try 2. We don't get any error, so it's working. Okay, now our query is stabilized, like the content is not visible, but this shows our query worked. Okay, now we got the columns. Okay, now we have to find which are the vulnerable columns in the database. So for that we will use this command, union statement. Okay, how we are going to use this is union. Okay, select, and let's try 1 comma 2 comma 3. Let's look what we got. Oh, look, we got this 2 and 3. Okay, we got 2 and 3. This shows column 2 and 3 are vulnerable. Okay, so now what we are going to do next? Now we got like which are the columns in the database are vulnerable. Next, what we need to do, we need to find the what is the name of database. Okay, for like getting the data from the database, first we need to find out what is the name of the database which is used. Okay, so let's put database here, and we got the name of database. Okay, we got the name of the database, so this is the thing. And like we got the name of the database, on else what things we can do, we can find the version information of the SQL. Let's put version in this, and let's see what we got. Look, we got the version of the OS, it's this. Okay, and in the same way we can also like grab out the data from the database. We will not go more in deep, but we will try to at least take out the table names from the database. So here are the things which are given. Okay, so to find the table name, we need to use table name, and to find the column name, we need to use column name. Okay, so first try this. So let's put in place of table name, and let's put this. I'm just going to copy it and paste it over here. Let's see what do we get. Look, we got the name of the table. We got the name of the table. Like it shows only one table. As you know, in the big websites, there is not only one table present in the database. There are many tables. So for that, you can change your query. You can put group concat and this and this. Now let's try. look, we got almost all the tables that are present on the websites, and I'm telling you can get a very useful information from these tables, like users. In users, maybe there are chances there are passwords stored in the users table. Okay, and these are the things you can check it out. These things, there may be a lot of useful information you can get from these. Okay, now let's do it faster. Let's try to uh, take out the column name from these. Okay, the group concat. So let's change it to column name. Column name. From ये लगा दिया, then where table name is equal to what it is written, users. Okay, so let's try this query. So we got an SQL error. So maybe there can be a issue in this query. So let's try to debug it, or like let me see the time. Users. So it's already 8:39. So let's leave it. This I explained you. This is how SQL injection works. What are the things you can do with SQL injection? It is a very critical bug. What are the things it can lead to? Let me tell you that it can lead you to RCE, remote code execution, and it can lead you to, of course, database leak, and it can also lead you to login bypass. There is a way, but like we have a short time. So if you have any doubt, kindly please. Yeah, I will share the proper notes. I will make the proper notes, and this PPT I will share. Do not have a issue. If you have any doubts, just tell me. Otherwise, we will jump on the next vulnerability. Fast, guys. Okay, so no doubts for now. No, okay. Please share the video. Okay, I will share the video with you guys. Yeah, I will share. First, let's cover our topic. If we then we can do that. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, we are very sorry, but due to time constraint, our meeting will be ending 7:45. So I will request you to rejoin with the new link which Mr. Saurabh Kassar will send you, and we will start a question and answer session.
Okay, then I will like take the questions after 8. Okay, before that I will take
Sir,
2 to 3
actually, sir,
vulnerabilities. Okay.
due to time constraint on this application, our application will sudden automatically end the meeting in 7:45 p.m.
Yeah, that thing I understood.
Oh, okay, sir.
That's not an
Sir,
issue.
we are requesting you to rejoin the meeting with the new link, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Okay, sir.
No issue.
Okay.
Okay. So now before it ends, let's try to move on the next vulnerability, which is broken authentication. Okay, let's go here and open this. So let's move to broken authentication. So as the word describes, what is broken authentication? There is a brokenness or break in the, or some issue in the authentication process of the website. That vulnerability is known as broken authentication vulnerability. I will just scratch the surface of this. how this application vulnerability can occur, like permit automated attack on credential stuffing, where attacker has a list of valid username password. Let me tell you what is credential stuffing. Okay, it is just brute forcing, just brute forcing. I'm sorry for the mistake. Brute forcing. Okay, it is just brute forcing. So just like this, if like this is the form we have, with this is the columns we need to fill in this test and test. Like if we brute force, like if we have a list of password and we have the list of users, and we do the brute force, means hit and trial method. Okay, I have the list of password, I have the list of username, I just put one, like with the automated tools, just put one username, type first password, first username, second password, first username, third password, then second username, first password, and this goes on, goes on, goes on. Okay, if this thing is allowed, then a person can hack or guess the password. Okay, this can be used in social engineering, user social engineering. But if we have the limitation, rate limiting, that a person can also only try 4 times or 10 times or 20 times on this form, then this vulnerability can be resolved or prevent. Okay, so this is what broken authentication is all, not all about. This how looks like. Okay, there are another techniques like brute force using automatic tool. Another thing, that if you are using a default password, okay, default password in the sense like a web server of Apache is running, the default password of Apache is easily present over internet, can be easily findable. Okay, if you are running Tomcat, then using, if you are using the Tomcat and using its